been miraculously blessed to have a building now where we can serve people in a more dignified way. This ministry is about building relationships with people. It's about brokenness. I really don't even like the word homeless because it has become a label that identifies people. It's really just something that people are experiencing. It's not who they are. And unfortunately, we have made it label that people identify with. And homelessness, what I've learned over the last 4 years, and I learn every day, is something that happens due to situations in life, experiences, and every single story is different.
Okay, well, I was homeless, familiar with Paul, because I was in an abandoned car right around the corner at 619 Cerritos. I lived in that car for like 3 years. I wonder how I made it now. Even now I wonder how I made it. But it had to be the grace of God. But see, at that time, I was out here doing wrong. I was into drugs and whatnot. I was into that crack. That's what kept me homeless. So by talking with Paul, and then I met some people who told me about drug programs and whatnot. So that's how my life first my life got better by getting off the drugs. Once I got off the drugs, then my life started getting a little bit better as time went by, to where my life is free fair now. In the rehab, they taught me to give back. So this is what I try to do here, is help out the people that helped me get straightened out.
I went through a divorce, and it broke my heart into a zillion pieces, and I identify with brokenness on a very real level because of what I experienced in my life. And I thank God I have a good job, because if I didn't, I might have been out here wondering where I'm going to sleep at night. And so I get it. I understand it.
And myself living here on the east side of Long Beach, I grew up around the gangs. I became a gang member, and my name was known all around the streets. Every time I turned around, I had a gun on me. But look where I'm at now. And I thank God just for bringing me to this ministry. My goddad, which is Pastor Irby Clark, he kept telling me about the ministry. We worked together, and I got here, and once I got here, oh my God, I haven't looked back yet. When you get to looking at the people around here who comes off the street, I was on the street. I slept in the car. I didn't want to listen to my mom, so she put me out. And I didn't have nowhere to go, so I slept in someone's car. But looking at these people, I can pretty much understand what they're going through. I had a father that was hooked on drugs, that pretty much, I say, committed suicide because he overdosed and came to my auntie's house and laid down, went to sleep, and never woke up. So I pretty much despise drugs, but just despising it ain't enough. I got to help get them people's lives changed. And the only way they can change is through the Word of God. The world can't do it, but the Word of God can change a man within an instant and turn him into something powerful. So it's beautiful up here. I love it.
If I have to say, like I said about the resources, we do need them. But I feel that God is using us to love people to wholeness so that they want to reach out to the resources. We need housing. We need jobs. We're living in this broken society, and the news is going to tell us and that these things are getting better. And we're on the front lines. They are not getting better. It's not going down. It's becoming more and more and more. And all of us that have eyes can see it. We drive down the streets and we see encampments. We in every city across the nation. It's not just happening in LA. It's not just happening in the city of Long Beach. It's happening in every neighborhood, and all kinds of people are being affected. I tell you, over the last 2 years, I've seen more mothers with children. I'm a mother of 4. I do not tolerate that. We need programs, emergency shelters. If you want to know what needs to be done, We need rehabilitation centers that are free for
Yes.
addiction.
Yes.
It's stop number one. We can point the people to want and desire to get help, but then they need somewhere to go. And I can't tell you how many times someone said, I want help today, and I can't find them anywhere to go. And so what happens? You fall back into this cycle of hopelessness, and you go right back into your addiction. So we're getting people to desire. You know, God is changing hearts, but then there's nowhere for them to go. So there's a breakdown in that right there in the resources.
I do believe that's the problem we having right now. They put it out there that, hey, we are here to help. We are here to help. So once you walk through the door and ask for help, they help you that day. But once you walk back out the door, where am I going? Where am I lay my head? And the people who's supposed to be there to help you, they turn around, they go home. They got a warm bed. They got food on the table, roof over their head. But the person they're supposed to help is back out on the street, sitting on the corner, looking around, and eventually, within 24 hours, they fall right back into the same rut. I had a chance to talk with one of the district leaders, and I pretty much got on his case. I'm like, how is it that your office is right here, located at a park, and yet I have high school kids, they come out and they sit at the park and they smoke drugs and they drink, and your window is right here and they fight, and you just sit in the window and don't do anything. Come out your office, walk, and see what's going on in your neighborhood. Look at that man who sits at the liquor store that don't have nothing else to do but beg for a quarter. What he's going to do with that quarter? Or he's going to go in and get some more liquor. So we need to deal with this. What can we do to get this man off of alcohol and get his life turned back around to where he can feel like a citizen around here? Mm-hmm. He can have some type of pride. Hey, I can do something. Hey, I got a roof over my head, even if it's a studio. When it was rent control, you had studios that cost like $350 a month. You had a one bedroom at $450. You have a studio now that costs $1,100 a month. That's ridiculous. And if you look at the housing that we got going for the elderly and those that's disabled, it's a waiting list for 2, 3, 4, 5 years. That's ridiculous. You mean I can drive and I can see big old giant open lots? We can't put something out there that we can house these people?
When I was young, I had plans, but see, things happen. It's not like I planned on being homeless. Things happen. You know, things happen that I didn't foresee, or stuff that I even foreseen, but just stuff happens. So, don't knock nobody because, oh, you're just a bum. You don't know what caused them to be that way. What situations happened for them to be in the street. Housing, not enough rent too high. Stuff like that. You ain't getting enough money. See? Like I'm a disabled vet. I get enough picture from the VA. Half my check goes to rent. See? Don't forget, I still got bills after that.
No rent control. We have mentally ill roaming the streets with no place to go.
Yes.
Today, as a matter of fact, you guys were here, and there is a young woman who has mental issues, and it doesn't take much to set her off. And places like this, faith-based organizations, are having to deal with these issues, and we are unequipped for mental health issues. We're not professionals, and unfortunately, we have to call the police when they get out of control, and that's not a solution. We need hospitals that people are able to live in. This young lady, I don't think she has any family in particular that we had an issue with today. And so she gets arrested and she gets put on a hold, and then she gets released right back to the street. Nothing is solved. And it breaks my heart to have to do that.
She drove away, and we wonder what's going to happen to her. When she's in that system, the only thing they do is put them on psych meds, which mess them up even more. And they are in a dorm room with other females that's mine is gone because of the psych meds. Once she get released, probably in a week, because she have to go to court, she get released, guess what? She's back in the same position she was in. She will be back up here seeking for help.
And you want to know what's changing lives in here before any of the resources are even touched? It's loving people. It's building relationships. It's asking someone's name. It's wanting to know them as a person and saying, I care about you.
What we need a lot of help. Those at your school, if you can't come, we're not looking for anything from you. Just come up and give a smile. Touch somebody on the shoulder. Tell someone that you love them. Interact, and then you will see what's really going on. Take a walk around the neighborhood. Look around. There's a lot of stuff goes on undercover that you don't know, and you won't know until you come and take a walk. Come up here, give a helping hand, or whatever how you want to do that you feel, hey, I can be a big help to this ministry. Our hands is out and open. You're going to get a big squeeze from me.
Me too.